J.A.G.U.A.R. We're starting seated for the first time in history, everybody. Welcome to the J.A.G.U.A.R. Morning Show at 1 p.m. Mountain in the afternoon.
Wrap your mind around us in chairs, okay? Because that's what you're going to want to do this morning. We are not doing a workout for children nor for middle-aged people today, Andy. What kind of workout are we doing?
We're going to do something for the geriatric set, Jay. For those of you in the military, we are starting at 1,300 hours.
Yep.
And I'm mentioning that because some of our elderly are in the military, and this is a series of exercises you can do with someone if you're watching them at home.
Yeah, let me give you a hypothetical. You're 75 years old, you're watching Denver Open Media, and you want to get in shape. Easy breezy, we're going to help you through that right now, okay? This is
Paul.
Paul here, and okay, we're going to start with just toe raises.
Now you'll
Nothing
notice,
too strenuous, huh?
Yeah, we're not taking it 0 to 60. This is the opposite of the Fast and the Furious workout.
Ooh, I'm feeling it though already. I don't know if it's his New Balance sneakers or those white dress socks that he's wearing, but
yeah,
this is a good workout.
This is something that is a little more strenuous than I anticipated when we started this journey.
Yeah, we were joking around, we were laughing, and we said, oh, the old man workout, easy breezy, and then here we are, and my calves are on fire.
The ankles, called the tarsals,
yes.
You gotta keep them lubed. There's joints. You can go to Costco and get yourself a case of joint juice, get the chondroitin mixed in, that'll get the cartilage proper with your bones.
Oh, see, that's right. You see, the old men, it's not as pubis focused, or it doesn't appear to be as pubis focused, but once you're doing the motion with your feet, it goes all the way up your legs and sort of explodes. It explodes out at the middle of the pubis section. It's amazing, Andy.
Now, what Jay's saying is so salient, because look what he just did. He did almost the same exercise, Paul. Paul just released his pubis a little more with this. So you're going to see a little extra push. Look how it's more tippy toe, Jay.
Oh, it is.
You're ending on the tippy toe.
And that's absolutely right.
And we all know the tippy toe is the window to the sole of the pubis. So when you tippy toe, you kind of release that pubis at just about 12%.
Yeah, through the show, we're going to really ramp that number up. But for right now, we're just loosening up the metacarpals. We're opening the knee passages, the bones, and the different sort of tendons in your leg with Paul here. And we're going to move it up. We're going to do a little thing called leg raises. Now, you notice he has, I believe those are 40-pound weights attached to his
Yeah, if you're above 80 years old, you're going to want to start with a 40-pound weight. Hey, you can see my new shoes that I've worn. I've never worn these shoes on the show. I'm wearing these because this is a Nugget tribute. And you're about to hear a lot about the Nuggets during this episode.
If you don't like the Denver Nuggets, you don't like Gianni Versace, if you don't like Conoco Gas, you're going to want to tune out now, and that's fine.
A couple brands you're going to hear about a lot today. They're not sponsoring the show. This isn't a violation. It's Conoco and Versace. You're going to hear a lot about that in our experience at the Denver Nuggets.
We had a really great time. You're going to want to stay tuned in for the sports segment because we're going to let you all in on that. And when I got busted with a little temple of marijuana by a security guard there, a lot of stories coming at you. We're here with you all morning until 3 o'clock.
Now, we do joke a lot, but you want to stay technical with this workout. You're going to see two angles of the foot there because we want to see what my ankle is really doing and the shape we're taking with the calf.
Yes.
Okay?
That's where a lot of the tension.
Extend and release.
Yes.
And while you're doing this, you want to breathe through the pubis.
Yeah, it's a circular breath. It's in through the nose, out through the mouth, and the pubis engages, the pubis releases.
That's right. So a lot of times, Jay and I, we have to work on our posture because if I sit in this chair, gray's not the best color for me because it makes me look like I have a Santa Claus tummy if I release. But that pubis is going to, if you breathe through the pubis, that's going to go away about 4% each workout.
That's absolutely right until it just tightens up. It's the same way gold would become diamonds. You're going to notice Paul right here. Paul's level of focus is unparalleled. No one has ever lifted their legs slowly with as much just sort of rapt gaze upon the future as Paul here.
Yeah, so if you're with an elderly person like you probably are at home right now, make sure they have their soup, make sure they have their crackers, make sure they have their TV Guide and Reader's Digest. But also, if they seem winded during this, you're going to want to make sure that you know if they have their medical alert bracelet either on their wrist or their necklace. Because when they go into arrest, you want to know where to attack to make sure that the ambulance is called.
That is right. And you're also, when it comes to exercising the elderly, you're going to want to push them. they're going to push back, and you're going to want to get their heart pumping. You're going to want to get them out of breath until they're just flushed and pale and sweaty, and just don't let off.
That's
keep
right.
them in their place.
You want to push 80-year-olds as much as their age is. They've earned it. You think they've been in the dirt. I mean, Tom Brokaw called anyone over 80 the greatest generation. It is not wrong. These guys were in Hanoi. They were in World War II. They were in Korea. They've been through it. So don't let them tell you, oh, I'm hurting. You push that old person.
That's
you
right.
push that old person hard.
If I'm not mistaken, Paul here, veteran. He served in 3 different world wars. He's out there doing it. And now you can take his strength, his sort of internal fortitude, and make it your own through these knee raise exercises.
That's right, Jay. Like the late, great Shirley MacLaine says, a little bit of our spirit is passed along from one person to another over generations. So what Jay's saying about being passed on and that spirit of a warrior going from our ancestors now to me and Jay, that's happened with this gentleman.
That's right.
Paul.
Paul.
Just go Google Paul.
Yeah, Paul in the blue shirt with the leg raises. Type that into your Google search engine. He's done a lot of videos. This is the first of a 40 video segment that Paul's done.
Yes, if you're watching us on the stream, please share it around. If you're watching us on Denver Open Media and you've never seen our show before, let me tell you a little bit about it with Jay right now.
That's right.
It is a 30-minute workout.
Yes.
We are in the middle of it. We're 7 minutes into a 30-minute workout. This one is for those above 80.
Yeah. And as you know here, Jaguar, we do encourage you to work out with us. You're sitting there right now, maybe in your office at work or maybe at home, and you're saying, I could be doing these exercises with them. You should be doing these exercises with us. It's going to wake you up in the morning, and this is just segment 1.
Yeah, and if you're scoffing at it, if you're one of these ripped CrossFit types that has a granite tummy, here's the deal. Maybe try this workout with us and see how much different your life is afterwards. Tell us it wasn't better than just sitting there.
Yeah, you've got a lot of hours in a day, and you're being pretty judgmental with how we're choosing to fill ours. Light exercise is exercise nonetheless. If I could have a body as good as Paul's at 87, I consider that a job well done.
Yeah, that's right. Now you'll see Paul has a device that he's wrapped around his leg. You want to get that hip abductor really stretched out. So what I've got here, Jay, we're going to talk about this through the episode, whether Jay likes it or not. Jay and I, it was Jay's birthday on April 1st, Sunday, so let's say happy birthday to Jay first. It was happy Easter. It was April Fool's Day, and it was Jay's birthday, not in that order. But Jay and I attended a Nuggets game where we saw them play Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks of Milwaukee.
And a dude number 34.
And while Jay and I were there, we realized, we walked to our seats, there's a lady with a headset waiting. She says, you're in the Conoco gas row. You're going to win a $25 gift card if the Nuggets score 30 points in the first quarter. Guess what? They scored like 20 points. We didn't get it. We got a $5 holler, but we had a wonderful opportunity. They gave us these branded items. So
yeah, that is a Versace shirt. She said you were going to be getting a Versace shirt. She said that. And so we were excited. We put the shirt on throughout the whole game. We said, oh, we're wearing this free Versace shirt. Turned out it's not Versace at all.
So what you can do is, if you don't have an item like Paul has, you can just take a t-shirt, you can wrap it around your legs, you can stretch it as wide as you can, and wear that abductor like you work all day long. Thank you.
That's
America,
right.
Keeping America rolling.
Yeah, the inside of your thighs is an oft-neglected spot, especially as you age. And so while you're young, you want to get into good inner thigh habits. Inner thigh is the gateway to the pubis.
Isn't that the truth? When you engage the inner thigh, you engage the pubis. And as we all know, the Dalai Lama talks about it a lot. With the pubis is life. The purpose of life is to breathe, and breathing actually comes from the pubis.
That is right. And Andy told me specifically, he said, Jay, bring your Denver Nuggets shirt because we're going to need it for abductions and for stretching. And then I didn't bring it. And so I don't get to use a shirt, and I just have to pretend to pull something. And so that's what I will be doing.
Visually, we like to bring the best to you here on the Jaguar Morning Show from a production standpoint, and Jay had one job today. He had a job to bring in a special sentimental time where Jay and I connected and went to our first Nuggets game, and then he didn't bring the shirt.
That's right.
So basically, at this point, I feel a little betrayed, and I'm going to try to get through the episode, but I'm going to remind us of the good times that we had at the Nuggets.
That is right, because a lot of stuff happened. Not just the Versace brand Nugget shirts, all kinds of things. We were on a jumbotron. We were on the biggest.
We were on the jumbotron. They panned in right on us. We showed up. And I think something to take away too is how Jay and I affect the games when we go.
It is right.
The game was tight. We showed up and we won in overtime. Thank you. You're welcome.
It wasn't even tight, Andy. The game, they were winning. It's the fourth quarter. We were down by 12. People were streaming out of this stadium. What's it called? Nugget Stadium?
Pepsi Center, Jay.
From the Pepsi Center. People were leaving left and right, but not me and Andy. Me and Andy stayed true. We stood there and we started our chant. We said, "Do it for Conoco!"
That's right. We said, "Give it to us, Gianni Versace." They told us this shirt is Versace. By the way, it is not.
Yeah.
It is not Versace at all.
Nope.
But we yelled out Versace and Conoco enough for the Nuggets to win, so you're welcome.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken now, I didn't watch it, but I feel like it was part of it. And Denver, let's say hypothetically you want the Nuggets to go all the way, you're going to want to get us courtside for the rest of the games through the finals. Because we will get down there and we will say, "Let's do it for Conoco." We'll say, "Free throws for Conoco."
Yeah, when you're out there, get the trend started with us. Yell out, "Conoco!" They'll love it. The players will love it. They'll think it's a new thing. It's going to be the hot thing. When they do a 30 for 30 on ESPN, they'll look back and they'll say, "Remember when all those kids yelled Conoco for the Denver Nuggets?"
Absolutely. It'll be, they'll be like, it was a great story. What happened was two gentlemen, they run a morning show, Jaguar morning show. And someone will say, "What format is that in?" And they'll say, "Oh, it's the Jaguar format." And then from there, they're going to say, "What is the Jaguar format?" Until a 30-minute workout. That's where we're at right now.
We're in segment 1. You're only in segment 1. This is a 2-hour television show.
Oh, it looks like we're done with the sitting segment.
No,
chairs.
We're out of the chairs, but here's what I think we should do. This is just for me.
Yeah.
I was thinking I'm going to continue. We're going to let the older set know that they can stay in the chair and do this full-length workout, Jay.
Okay, interesting. So we'll just do
what they do, but remain seated, I think.
I mean, it feels good. All right, and then we'll just like...
Yeah, now, if you want to do that, it's like a push-up position.
Yeah.
Then you can just pantomime that you can
push
use
down,
to do that.
let's push down.
Yeah, do a thing where you're doing a push-up and the sky is the wall.
Perfect. I'm going right with her on this. Oh, and then, push my butt out more like this one. That's no problem. I can push my butt out more. See, we're just doing it in reverse. You understand? It's harder this way. It
really is. Now look at this.
Isometric.
This is something where it's the downward dog into the trees to the sky.
So I feel so youthful and free when I do this.
Mr. J.A.G.U.A.R, like a tan in the wind.
Oh, I am. I'm very much a J.A.G.U.A.R, Andy. I'm feeling so very J.A.G.U.A.R, Andy.
Mr. J.A.G.U.A.R.
It's a J.A.G.U.A.R, Andy. And then a push up.
Jay, I think one thing we need to remember is how much we love the Nuggets now. Jay doesn't take much for him to get loyal. You give him one Conoco and Nuggets shirt, he's in for the Conoco brand and Nuggets for eons.
That's right. I will sell out for nothing.
Just a little reach out from your branding department.
I just want to know that you care about me, in fact, I care about you. And then from there, I'll pick up the rest of the range. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep whipping me. You just got to whip me once in the right direction, and I'll keep running.
We're in the middle of the Nuggets playoff race. Things are different. We're talking about it in sports. Jay's an expert on Nuggets now. He's got a lot to say. He's got a lot of opinions.
Ooh, strong opinions.
He knows he likes the Dippin' Dots. We're outside of section 312 on the upper level. You can scoot up there during a game when it's all busy. You can walk right up and get a Dippin' Dot.
Yeah, that is not the most popular stall.
That's a little, what is that, a code breaker? What is that called?
It's a code breaker. It's a wind talker. It's what it is.
It's a wind talker. Special wind talker. Get up to section 312.
You're going to just head to the top. All right, that's what I said. The cream rises, and that's where we were. We were the cream of the crop. Section 304.
So now we're just really kind of doing our own thing. I think that's another good lesson to remember. That, if you're there with your grandfather, maybe his name's Farley, maybe his name's another name that doesn't exist anymore, like Hazel, but for a man.
Yeah, maybe you call him Pop Pop. Maybe you call him just like Richard D. Dawkins, because he's very formal. You call him Dr. Dawkins. Yeah, good morning. It's the Jaguar Morning Show. We're just saying good morning, Denver.
Good morning, Denver. It's 1:15. The sun's almost up. Scratch your eyes, little doggy. Press the remote start. Get the engine warm.
Crawl out of your hole, Denver. It's going to be a brand new day. It's April 2nd, is that right?
That's right, Jay. No, it's April 3rd, Jay. April 2nd was yesterday.
It's April 3rd. It's 1:15 p.m. and we are bringing you the hottest morning show in all of Denver, Colorado.
It's Tuesday, April 3rd, 1:15 Mountain Time. That's 13:15 for you military people. We're just enjoying a sit-down workout because if you're just joining us, we have a gentleman named Paul here with us.
Oh, yes.
And Paul is a veteran, and he's got some sore hips, and he was working the ankles and the hips.
That's right. Paul told us before the show started. You weren't here for this. Paul told us a very, very long story about a gentleman he used to work with back in the early 70s.
Yeah.
And the story meandered. It was really beautiful. It was sort of Frosty in his word choices. This was a 22-minute story.
It was Frosty and Jay because we look at him, he's still as the day is long. You look at him, you think he's a shuffleboard player on a cruise ship.
Exactly.
You walk up, he pours out his soul like just pouring out the hate, pouring out the anger, pouring out the sadness, but not in a way where all of that manifests in an unhealthy way. He was simply living the human experience and he told us about it.
That's right, and such salty language did Paul use.
Such salty.
You forget that there was a whole different set of curse words 55 years ago, you know?
Yeah, he was saying things like J.A.G.U.A.R.
Yes, and you're like, oh, that sounds bad. I don't even want to follow up.
I don't know what that is. It's not something we're going to say again.
Don't chase Paul down any rabbit holes. I've said that for years.
Yeah.
You will regret it. You understand? You're going to regret it.
So if you're with your grandmother, or if you're a caregiver, because we do have a lot of caregiver families. They work at, a lot of RNs, a lot of working moms, a lot of home business types.
Yeah.
As you're pursuing your real estate license online at home right now, and you're with your Uncle Jeff, just stay in the chair. You don't need to stand up to do this workout.
That is right. That's what we're bringing you. See, the world is what you want it to be. People feel oppressed by the roles of society. You're going to bust out of them. Let's say hypothetically, you want to start yourself a morning show, and you want to do a sit-down workout live twice a week. Manifest it. That's the secret.
No, that's right. You just got to put it out there and say, I want branded items.
Exactly.
I want a duffel bag from Tears.
Yep. I'm willing to pedal a bike to get it. I will put in the labor.
That's right. I will do a half-hour game. I'll get a hot dog cannon shot into my mouth from 40 feet away to achieve what I need to achieve for me. And there's no guilt. It's owning it.
Yes.
Let that hot dog go in your mouth.
That is absolutely right. I will hand my baby to a stranger in a giant plush suit. That's what I'm willing to do
that's right,
for my dream.
If you're at a Nuggets game, we're just giving a lot of Nuggets tips today. A lot of Nuggets code breakers, as Jay was saying.
Wind talkers. That's right. Navajo Nation.
That's right. And if you're out there and Rocky grabs your baby, just let a man, a 45-year-old mascot, he's the best one in the NBA, let him touch your baby.
Oh, and Andy, it's time to check our pulse, though.
Yeah, we do this every show. We want to make sure people have a baseline for their performance.
That's right. I'm going to do a little slide to the left so everybody can get the information that's going to pop up.
That's
right
good.
now, it's Samantha's having this count.
I'm going to bail on this. Right physically, I'm breaking the pulse. If people can't see the pulse, watch this.
Yes.
We're going to switch to the pulse. Now watch the chart. Watch the chart.
Watch for the chart.
You think we're bluffing, but watch for the chart.
There it is. Boom.
Okay, if you're 40 and you're doing 108 beats per minute, you're probably at a risk for thrombosis.
That is right. You're only at a 60th percentile. You're going to want to get it up to 144. You're going to want that organ just really chopping like wood. You want to
That's right. That's right. Oh, we had a crazy zoom out there on camera 68.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
68 is that's the wild card, though.
Here's the thing. Take your pulse for 20 minutes if you need to. Now here's Gloria. Gloria's going to do some things. You can still do this in the chair. So
I think
Jay's going to stand up. I'll stay in the chair. That'll be a nightmare for people trying to work cameras, but I think that's part of the fun.
We're going to give
Camera
you,
88.
we call it a variety.
That's right. You can go in and out. Yeah, that's right. In and out.
In and out. Bring it in, and then it's in, and it's out, and the
That's
legs,
right.
and it's
In
legs,
and
and
out.
it's middle. You know, this is feeling good, though. It feels good to stand.
Yeah.
This is probably my best feature. This is the upper pubis. That's what I call this whole area. Yeah, just slowly pan up.
Yeah,
and you got this beautiful
J.A.G.U.A.R
tattoo
head's taking
here.
screenshots right now.
There you go. Soak that one into the face.
You're giving him too many free poster shots. shots. Jay, you got to make the people pay for this.
I don't. I'm giving it to you free, all right? It was gifted to me from God. I'm re-gifting it to America via DOM.
That's right. Jay and I operate in the way that maybe some sort of DJ would operate. Our music's out there for free, so to speak.
That is right. And also, specifically, we do a lot of remixes of songs. Me and Andy DJ, we are DJ Green and DJ Screen. We bring it to you twice a week.
If I'm not DJing, I don't feel like. Now, you're taking a live look at my pubis. If you want, wait, can we get a closer look at that pubis?
Yeah, can we? I want to bring it in tight.
Can we get closer?
Let's bring it in super
there we
tight.
Go.
Yes.
Now that we have this, okay, this is my pubis, and what I'd like to see is a full release on this next one. So let's zoom back out. Let's zoom back out.
Oh,
zoom back out.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go back to the tape, and now we're gonna see a full pubis release. Nope, we're gonna go back. Let's zoom out of the pubis. Now let's cut to Gary and the Gloria. Boom, Gloria, and now a full pubis. Ready? Here we go.
You're welcome, America.
Oh.
As promised.
That was anticlimactic because I thought that Gloria would be doing something more violent when we came back, and she wasn't.
Gloria, all she started doing is just sort of lightly stepping side to side and moving her arms around. Gloria's taking it as easy as Paul did today. She's not even sure. She's not laying it on the line.
Paul wasn't phoning it in. He was huffing and puffing internally, but he made it look so easy, didn't he?
He did. And she looks like she's about to have a stroke. She's like, listen, this is all about, what do you call this when you move your arms like this?
These are little arm circles. If you're switching back and forth, it's more of a windmill. But if you're just making tight little circles.
Okay, windmill would be like if I was on.
Yeah, but now we're doing happy moose, sad moose. So happy moose, sad moose. Happy moose, sad moose.
Up is happy moose.
Up is happy moose.
Oh, up is.
The antlers are down. These are our antlers. So you're gonna want to go happy moose, sad moose. Happy moose, sad moose. Happy moose, sad moose. Uh-oh, caribou are coming. Sad moose. Uh-oh, caribou are coming. Sad moose. Happy moose. I got ice cream. Happy moose. Ambivalent moose. Coquettish moose. And now you'll go back to follow Gloria. I'm gonna tell you, I did this workout the other day, Jay, and Gloria almost ripped my damn tries out.
Well, look at that purple top. She came prepared for battle. And she's reaching, and she pulls, she reaches, it's called cherry picker. Reaching, she pulls, she reaching, she pulls.
If it looks like she's barely doing anything, that's the deception. Her pubis is so tight that explosion is happening, and it's effortless.
Yes, it is.
You're not even seeing the explosion at that point.
No.
It's there.
It's like cold fusion. Within her pubis is a perfect natural source. You reach, you cherry picker. I like this one.
Yeah, I like this. I like the stagnant arm over here that's just not doing anything.
So
now let's see what she's up to now. Now we're gonna walk like an Egyptian. Okay. We're gonna be a little teapot. You know what I'm saying? So bring it in, teapot. Bring it in, teapot. Bring it in, teapot. Bring it in. Now,
points.
Remember that teapot. Because what she's saying is it's gonna release that rotator cuff from back here. It's connected as a pressure point up here. It's gonna release that. It's gonna feel real good.
And tomorrow you're gonna be a new person, a better person. After you do this, you reach and you teapot. You reach, teapot.
That's right.
Reach, you teapot. You reach, teapot. You see, so we reach and you see teapot. You teapot and reach pot.
And if you want to sway your hips, don't to the music. Just do it. Reach to the
teapot. And the music that's in here, that's the most beautiful. Oh, she switched it up.
Now you gotta go on the opposite teapot.
Oh,
opposite teapot. Opposite teapot.
None of the exercises she's doing to do anything. It's just that I've been holding my arms like this for the last 20 years.
Yeah, it is a challenge. It's like when you think to yourself, you can go on monkey bars. Give it a try. You can't do it. You're not strong enough, and you're worn out after about 30 seconds.
You see, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of it. It's just then that just be bulgy and weird like Dwayne the Rock.
Oh, we want that though, Jay. We want that. The people, if you want to see Jay's tats blow up, mention in the comments, share on Facebook. Let us know what you want to see Jay's tats do. You want to see a bigger bicep, or you want to see Jay at rest currently?
Yeah, you give us a happy face emoji if you want me to just work out my arms. You give us a sad face emoji if you want me to just work out my legs. Let's freak show my body, America.
That's right. You know, for those of you baseball enthusiasts, this is nice because it's releasing your shoulders. So if you want to do this before a softball game or before a baseball game, maybe you're into badminton, maybe you're into tetherball, maybe you're into beach volleyball outside of a bar that has a terrible theme and hepatitis in the sand.
Yeah.
You're going to want to stick with this for a full 20 minutes with Gloria.
It's a lot like a litter box. If you're playing beach volleyball at a bar, you're basically playing in a litter box. I commend you for it. That's the only way you're gonna get your immune system stronger. Stop coddling it.
You've got a tetanus shot. It's probably fine. Lockjaw could be a problem, but you've fought off worse things.
A problem, yes, but a good problem to have.
Now, we are getting towards the end of the first segment. You're in the middle of the Jaguar Morning Show. It's happening at 1 o'clock today. It's 1:26 currently Mountain Time. At 1:30, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back in here for an hour of news, weather, traffic, sports, books, religion, travel, and our patented top 10 list. Not in our new segment, astrology. So we're really going to want to get into that, especially you cancers. So anyway, we're going to finish this off with the old folks.
That's right. This is
I
Paul's
mean
grandpa.
old folks appropriately. I'm old folks.
Yeah, it's all relative.
Where this isn't an ageist exercise, we're trying to engage the pubises of those who are 75 plus.
Yes, and whatever that means to you is fine. Just take our words, interpret them however you want, and then write a couple think pieces about why you think we shouldn't be saying whatever we're saying. That's fine.
Take it super seriously. You think that you're a social justice warrior and just completely annihilate it.
Yeah, I think you could probably save me from myself using just a simple meme. Probably if you do it right.
Do something about Jay's pubis.
Yeah, say, listen, I'm going to say a lot of different things, and I want you to take offense to them. I want you to take it seriously. I want you to take things out of context.
Here's the thing. We're getting a little bit worked up because this is a workout that 90-year-olds die doing.
Yes.
Okay, so if you think it's not serious, tell that to the people that are dying right now doing this workout.
Yeah, go on down to Sunset Home Retirement Village, where there's body counts at 33 this month alone.
Yeah, at Chesapeake Walnut Hills in Daffodil, California, 4 people died during this show.
That's right, because we've been banned.
Like, if you feel good, know that they died and have that humble you and realize how fragile you are and how we're all going to die, so just try to be nice and enjoy the day.
Look at this. They want us to bring our chairs back in, Andy.
Oh, they do want to bring our chairs back in.
Look at that.
And you know what?
Look at that.
When they ask, we follow. You don't tell Sheila that you're not sitting in the chair. She will wrist slap you.
That is right. She will
Remember
say
when
no,
she slapped
sir.
you in the wrist?
She also once slapped me hard across the face.
Oh, boy.
Said I was being mean.
Oh, man. She did not like a bad attitude. She was holding you accountable. Did you feel grateful for that?
No, I didn't. I was upset, but to be fair, I was being very mean.
You were?
But I said, listen, it's the J.A.G.U.A.R formatted, and she said it's not because you weren't there.
Oh,
there was no
my
green
goodness.
Screen.
There's no green screen.
I get cocky sometimes.
Now we're back. Now take that handle. You're going to want to look at that handle. I'm going to get those toes pointed out. Take a look exactly what Sheila's doing. You don't want to, she knows her stuff.
Yeah, she does. She is a registered nurse. The most important position in every often overlooked, but always welcome.
I'm sure we're about to go to the next segment, but if you guys could get in here on our pubis or our shoes.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things happening with the pubis and the shoes.
Yeah, I think we look good today.
I feel good.
Oh, there's that pubis.
Oh, that's great. Denver, are you looking at this? I hope it's 1:30 in the afternoon, just about 40 seconds off of 1:30.
Hashtag Denver's pubis. That's not my pubis I'm talking about, although we are looking at it. Now we're looking at Jay's pubis.
Yeah.
It's about releasing your spiritual pubis, your emotional pubis.
Yeah, pubis means different things to different people. You understand? Pubis in the morning, pubis in the evening, pubis at supper time.
We're about to go to a commercial break. You're going to see us pay some bills, but you're going to see us come back with all the news, weather, traffic, astrology, movies, religion, books, and our patented top 10 list you can handle. In the meantime, do continue to think of that mental image. Sports psychologists do this all the time. They say visualize. Think about Jay's pubis during the break.
Yeah, focus on the things you want in life and bring them to you. Because that's the only way that you're going to be able to make this whole, because I call it the spaceship Earth. And the only way that your spaceship Earth is going to land is going to be with a little bit of love, a little bit of heart, and a little bit of fun. And that's what the Jaguar Morning Show is here to bring you at Denver Open Media, is all of those things and more.
You're probably watching us on Channel 57 on Xfinity or on the CenturyLink 8809 channel or on our YouTube stream at Sexpot Comedy. Like all that stuff on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You'll be able to see when we're live. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday right now. We're going to go to our first commercial break, Jay. We're going to come back with news.
And sports and weather and everything that you could possibly want from the Jaguar.
Turn off MSNBC, turn off Fox, turn off CNN. We've got you covered. It's the Jaguar Morning Show all afternoon. Hour-long news.
Traffic coverage of AM radio, great personalities, a great signal with no FM signal fade. We're Colorado's first country FM on AM 56 KLZ.
Hi, I'm Paxton Mills, and this is my friend, the Kim Chicken, and we'd like to invite you to attend Kim's 85 Scream in the Dark Haunted House. Get out of here. Scream in the Dark begins October 10th and runs through November 2nd at Celebrity Sports Center, 888 South Colorado Boulevard. Kim's Scream in the Dark Haunted House benefits the Kim Good Neighbor Fund, part of the Friends of Man charity. Scream in the Dark has over 15 rooms of fright, featuring live snakes, tarantulas, and terrifying surprises. Warning, Scream in the Dark may be yours. Goodbye now.
If you're from Denver, Colorado, Little Rock, Arkansas, more people buy their waterbed from Big Sur Waterbeds than any other waterbed store in America.
This is the very best selection that we found anywhere.
The prices were lower here at Big Sur.
Isn't it time you made the switch to Big Sur? The Westbrook with mirror and double cupboards is just $199.99.
They really are better.
Big Sur Waterbeds, America's largest, at 5150 North Federal and I-225 in the Valley next to Levin's.
To improve the classic Jaguar sedan, we studied it carefully. Gave it more glass, a crisper roofline, a more fluid shape. Jaguar Series 3, a great classic refined. Inside, superb leather seats, adjustable lumbar support, rare walnut dash and cruise control. Jaguar XJ Series 3, the first new Jaguar sedan in a decade.
Digest-A, wear it well. Digest-A. It takes that color bright and bold, little tiny root beer too. That lemon lime so crystal cold, it all looks good on you. The great looking taste of Digest-A. Ooh, you wear it well.
The last time you had a thick, juicy charbroiled steak? Well, right now, Rancher's Beef is celebrating their grand opening in Aurora. You can get 160 pounds of USDA choice beef for only $1.29 a pound. So now's the time to stock your freezer with quality you can taste. Loins, ribs, plus and flanks. Listen, these guys are going hog wild. With this purchase, we'll give you 80 pounds of pork and poultry absolutely free. That's 20 pounds of fresh fryer, 20 pounds of lean pork chops, 20 pounds of lean sliced bacon, and 20 pounds of smoked ham free. With Rancher's Beef Easy Payment Plan, you can get all this 240 pounds of beef, pork, and poultry for just $34.40 per month for 6 months. Now, hold on. That's not all. For the first 50 customers calling in, receiving cutting time, and opening a 90-day account with purchase, we'll throw in 6 free steaks. That's 20 ribeyes, 20 New York strips, and 20 filet mignons. Call Rancher's Beef now at 680-8555. Rancher's Beef, 15132 East Hampton and Chambers, south of I-225 and the Parker exit. Major credit cards are accepted or 90 days, same as cash, no interest.
Hello, 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 hello. I know what you're saying. Is it time for segment 2?
It's time for segment 2. We're down for news, weather, traffic, sports, religion, travel, books, astrology, movies, and our patented top 10 list. You're watching the Jaguar Morning Show at 1:35 in the afternoon.
That is right. That is the best time to get all of those things. If you try to do this, any later, it's too late. You've missed your window of opportunity. The train leaves now. Hop on, Denver. We're here for you.
You're not the caboose. You're the coal engine, guys.
That is right. You are the front of this whole kit and caboodle. You're poop puffing out smoke, and the conductor is shoveling coal in. He's not pulling the brake because we are heading straight for San Francisco.
Denver, it's April 3rd and spring is over.
It is. You had a good run.
You had a good run, winter, but spring is here, and that means today is the first day for street sweeping, Jay.
That is right. And I tell you, the place where I park right over here, they said, no, sir, you need to go to the opposite side of the street. And I don't like that. I am a man who likes consistency in his parking options. But they said, no, sir, you're going to have to go up there, turn around, and park on the opposite side.
That's obnoxious.
I did read the sign and will not be ticketed today.
So if your anxiety levels are a little bit up, don't worry. The Jaguar Morning Show is here with all sorts of segments that are going to calm you down. You just made it through the first segment of news, weather, traffic, of exercise. Now you're going to be in news, weather, traffic, all the other stuff. That first workout, get here early in the show, do the workout with us, stick with us throughout the show. It's a full piece.
That's right, and we're receiving a lot of feedback that says, listen, that first segment was low energy. That wasn't for you. That was for the elderly.
It doesn't matter always what's for us, guys. It's what's about the audience, okay?
Yes.
So sometimes it's not just you, the 25-year-old millennial taking bong rips right now that has nothing to do. It's also about Jerry, who's 78. He's at Walnut Hills out in Littleton, and he's trying to work out that hip flexor.
In fact, it's almost selfish of you to demand the Adult Swim crazy yelly stuff, because that's not what everybody wants. That's just what you want.
Yeah.
Think about the other people. You need to step outside of yourself. Look, you have a pubis, they have a pubis, everybody has a pubis. And so people forget that. They're all concerned about their pubis' place in the world. And to them, I say, go call home, E.T. You know what I mean?
E.T., call my pubis. And speaking of pubis, no, this is the first time I've worn pants on the show. This is the first episode of Jaguar. 17 episodes ago. If you followed us on the internet, you demanded after episode 1 that during the news segment we stick with shorts. I'm not going to do that today. We're talking about a Nuggets playoff run. So I'm wearing an outfit today that I'll be wearing to the game tonight. Okay, we got 5 games left. We got to win all of them. I got the Nuggets socks. I got the pants. Enough self-referential nonsense. It's time for weather.
Also, yes, and after the weather, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. But right now, today is Tuesday. So it's going to be a little bit cloudy. We're going to have a high of 44, give or take. And then it's going to be warm, though. We're going to stay warm.
Yeah, and we like to make sure that the weather map goes across the screen to the next day. Tomorrow it's going to be cold and snowy, guys. 33. It's the power of our Doppler network. It's irrefutable. These are the facts.
These are the facts. We feed it a lot, and you're going to want to, just real quick, follow at Tara Blake on Instagram. She's a lot of fun.
Big shout out to Tara. Here we are. We're back in the southeast, guys. We don't just do the world weather. We don't just do the local weather. We're out in the southeast. As you can see, there's basically a hurricane.
Blowing through. We're just rolling through these cities. Just look for your city here. We're just going to scroll it up, scroll it down. Here we are, Denver, Colorado, out at Berkeley Air Force
Base. We're here at Denver, Colorado, where the cats do roam at Buckley Air Force Base, and it's a 10-mile visibility, clear as a bell.
That is right. It's going to be pretty consistent right around 50 for the rest of the day, okay? Right through to 6 p.m. So if you got a kite, I suggest you head out to maybe Civic Center Park, get it up in the air, because there's a bit of a wind blowing through, too.
Now, if you just moved here, 50 is going to feel like 70 if you're from somewhere cold. So just act appropriately, okay? Now it's time for Money Saver Traffic.
That is right. If you got a $10 bill in your pocket, it's going to stay there. We're going to save it for you here at our traffic center worldwide. Let's see what's going on. We're just going to take a quick look here. Looks like the grid's pretty open.
Now we are detecting a theme here. Right by my buttocks over here, out in the mountains, there has been this alpaca spill that happened 2 weeks ago. Still going on. They have not been able to clean up that pass. It's been closed for weeks. Stay away from that area.
Oh, it appears I'm getting word that these roads are actually closed for the entire season.
Oh, that's the deal, Jay. They've been shut down now because of the huge tragedy.
Yeah, it is. Well, because it's cleaned up. It's more a time for mourning. It's like that bridge that Princess Diana was going under. They closed that for a number of months after that tragedy.
That's absolutely correct. And you'll see on I-70, if you're skiing, you want to take the family up to Copper or Vail or Breck for a quick day, no problem. Smooth sailing. It's actually quite sunny out in the mountains because it's spring, so the sun is higher in the mountains.
That is right. You're able to get up there. As you rise up, you're going to get an earlier sunrise. For right now, as you know, in Denver, it pops up right about 4:15.
Yeah.
It peaks over the edge of the Rockies there, but we're always waiting for it.
We're in Rocky Mountain springtime that needs no sunlight until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you're just stretching your legs and your arms, you're giving that extra yawn. Know that in the mountains the sun is already hit and the traffic is clear.
That's absolutely right. Just if you need an earlier sunrise.
Look at how clear that ski traffic is, Jay. It's Tuesday. Play hooky. Get up there.
Yeah, if you have the option, just walk out of your job right now, get in your car, set a brake on the accelerator, and drive west.
It's all coming together. Look at how green that traffic map is. The roads are clear. Get up to the mountains. Walk out of your job.
Yeah.
What's Walter going to do? fire you?
Yeah, Walter's been threatening you for years. Even if he does, you can start a new life in the mountains, maybe working at Bojo's in Breckenridge and ski on the weekends.
That's right. If you're coming from the airport, and you probably are, and you've downloaded Facebook.com and you're watching us on their YouTube or on DOM anywhere, you're coming in from that airport, you're going to want to go straight to the mountains. Look at this. It's clear as day. God is calling to you in the mountains.
Yeah, what's your other plan? Go. Yeah, look, it's beautiful. You're gonna make it. You're not even gonna have to touch the brake. I'm telling you.
Leave your job.
Leave your job. Everybody, right now, all of Denver, Colorado, everyone in the
You'll
sound of my
grind it
voice.
out. You'll sell your car. You'll sell your action figures. You'll
Yes.
sell your old DVDs. You'll sell your baseball cards.
Yes.
You'll sell your grandma's china.
Yep.
You'll sell your pubis.
Yes.
You'll sell fingernails and hair. You'll sell a record collection.
Yes.
You'll do whatever it takes.
And then from there, you're free. You're gonna be a little tiny baby bird, and you, my friends, can fly out and show them what you're made of, because you're worth it. You're worth investing in you.
That's right, Jay. And we're in the middle of a news frenzy today, and it's not just Trump talk all the time. We're talking about teachers walking out of school in Oklahoma and Kentucky because they're getting paid like $5 a year.
Yes.
To scale, it's an exaggeration, obviously.
Yes. It's absolutely. Our country is just so gosh darn backwards, Andy. These teachers are the most important people, probably in the whole country, molding the youth of our nation into the future. They spend more time with your kids than your parents.
When you talk about investment, investing young, NBA teams try to draft kids that are like 19. The Lakers picked Kobe. Cleveland got LeBron. You try to get them young, right? Get people engaged.
Yes, and that's right. You got to get into there. You got to make yourself known to these kids. And instead, the people that are right there, we're just taking from them. Buy your own pencils, Miss Grayson. Supply your own books to the students, Mr. Merriweather.
That's
It's ridiculous, and it's time to stop it right now.
So if your kid is dissecting an owl pellet right now in another state, when you go pick them up after snack time, thank that teacher. Grab them by the shoulders, no unsolicited, look right in the eye. When they try to pull away, you say, "You look at me."
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at that teacher and you say, "Thank you."
Yes.
Thank you for what you do for Jeremy.
Yep.
Thank you for what you do for J.A.G.U.A.R.
Yes.
Thank you for what you do for J.A.G.U.A.R.'s friend Seth, who is having trouble identifying his sexuality and what his music tastes are because he's in puberty and he doesn't know either.
That is right. Without you, our children are nothing. Thank you. Thank you for teaching Tabitha how to put nail polish on correctly and not get it onto her cuticles. Thank you for teaching her the difference between Philem's basement and Philem's attic. Thank you for teaching her algebra. Without you, our children are worthless. Teachers of America, God bless you all.
My mother was a teacher. I know many, many teachers. Pay these men and women. Pay them well. Get Betsy. Like, if we're going to do hey, we need someone unconventional in the White House, how about a teacher? You know? How about not Betsy DeVos also? But anyway, that's too serious. We're going to make you escape. You're in the Jaguar Morning Show, segment 2. We're in a news break. Oklahoma and Kentucky teachers have walked out.
They've walked out. Oklahoma said that if they do walk out, they are forced to pay $85 a day to cover the substitutes that have to be brought in out of their own pocket if they're walking out to go fight for their right to partay.
That's absolutely insane and probably unconstitutional. But you know what I like is the musical Oklahoma, Jay.
Indeed. O-K-L-A-O-M-A, Oklahoma.
And that's our segue right into the movie segment, guys. What a beautiful film that was as well. The film adaptation, Oklahoma, a classic in Technicolor, Jay. But we're going to talk today about the hottest film in the land. #1 at the box office, Ready Player One.
And FYI, spoiler alert, Andy is about to tell you everything that happens in this movie. So if you're sitting out there in the city and you don't want to know Ready Player One secrets, you're going to want to tune out right now because he's about to lay it on you.
Okay, guys, here's the situation. There's an oasis. It's the future. It's the year 2045, Columbus, Ohio. Basically, it's a super dope thing. There's like this altruistic, cool Steve Jobs who's created a virtual reality that everyone's plugged into. It's dope. It's amazing. So anything you manifest and within set programs like racing, things like that, to achieve points, coins, battles, things like that. Ready Player One has it for you. Our hero, he straps in. There's a big fight. I'm going to cut right to the spoiler. In the third act, they break through the force field, and they get the third key. It's the silver key, puts it in. The last game is adventure. The purpose of the Easter egg isn't to win. It's to just play the game. The Easter egg is a fun thing to do and know about. That's the purpose. Learn about something that's not just about competitive winning and losing. Go see Ready Player One. It was fantastic. Actually, I'm not allowed to endorse it. Do whatever you want.
That is a
Do whatever you want.
Ready Player One is a movie that exists. We're allowed to say that.
It's a movie.
It
That's
has
what I meant
been
to say.
released.
It's a movie exists. We beep it out.
What I'm looking forward to is that I haven't seen this movie. I don't know what he's talking
It's
about.
parody,
But at
guys.
some point in the first like 15 minutes, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh no, it's an Easter egg," and I will know because it was just spoiled for me that an Easter egg actually turns out to be a good thing, and that means, hey, just go out and play and have a good time. It's not a bad, scary thing. Is that right?
We're gonna spoil a lot of movies for you. We're gonna spoil a lot of movies for you.
I have absolutely no qualms about ruining your afternoon with your kids.
We're gonna take the most recent thing and ruin it for you. We did it with Bright with Will Smith.
Yep.
We told. Guess what? He's the Bright.
He's right.
I
Will
just
Smith
spoiled
is
it
the Bright.
again.
It's
There's gonna be a
re-spoiled.
lot of. This whole thing is gonna be a tear down segment. And the rest of the show's build up. We're gonna ruin movies for you, but maybe we're gonna save you from seeing them.
That's right. And let me tell you one thing. If you don't understand the Jaguar format, that's fine. It comes at you fast, it comes at you quick, and it spoils movies for you. These are all different sides of the same coin, okay?
That's true. That's absolutely correct, Jay. And honestly, Steven Spielberg has crafted an incredible film here. He takes us through a virtual set of digital images and sounds that you've never seen before, but then he pops out into a 35mm format. It's incredible. And speaking of him transporting us, now it's time for Jaguar travel.
That is absolutely right. There's a lot of places to go in the world. Recently, have you been to Washington, D.C., Andy?
I have. I was actually born there, Jay.
You were born there.
I was born in our nation's current capital, not Philadelphia, the first one.
Yeah, get with the times, America. Because in this travel segment, I'm reaching out to Elon Musk. I'm saying, with your money and me and Andy's charisma, I think you can put us in the Senate. We're going to travel all the way to Washington, D.C. like Mr. Smith.
We have the multifaceted skills to be both in a governmental position, a position of leadership on an astronaut type project or expedition, and we also have the wherewithal to thrive in environments of entertainment.
That's right. So what I'm saying is you're going to want to charter a jet, send it. Now, once again, I'm not addressing everyone.
This is just Elon.
Elon Musk. If you
This
are
is just
not
for Elon Musk,
you can just sort of zone out for a minute. You've got time right now to sort of make yourself a big plate of warm cookies or something like that. But Elon Musk, you can hear me, which I know you can, Elon. I know
you
you're
watch the
within
show.
sound
We
of
know
my
you're
voice.
watching the show.
We know you're tuned in, Elon. So right now is the choice that you have to make. It's been a long time coming, but right now, Elon,
You're in or you're out right now.
Do you choose to embrace the future, or are you going to sit on your butt in the past? Elon, right now, send us a jet, fly me and Andy straight to Washington, D.C. We can do this for you, Elon.
You sent a dummy into orbit in the front seat of a Tesla. The next step is a monkey. The next step after that is probably like a tapir or something that's a little bigger than a monkey to make sure you can do it. The next thing is human trials.
Yeah.
Jay and I are going to be in the front and right seat of the Thelma and Louise rocket into the atmosphere. We want to go take SpaceX into the future.
That is right. We are going to live stream Jaguar from space, Elon. You can put this TV show into space if you believe that the future can be the place that you want it to be. Now, if you don't believe that, that's fine. You can give up on humanity. You can give up on yourself, Elon. But if you want to make a better world for the children, send us into space.
You know where it's morning right now, Elon? It's that garbage island in the middle of the Pacific. It's probably right on the cusp of the Indian Ocean by the Laurentian Abyss. That's where it's morning. Guess what we're doing? It's 1:49 Mountain Time. We don't care. We want people to have morning when morning happens. Do you get it? Are you ready to go morning long form with us? Elon.
Elon, it's been a long time
God,
coming. It is
have
a
a bowl of
day
kicks.
of reckoning for you and for the entire planet. What you have to say is am I going to be a force for good or am I going to be a force for bad? And that's all I'm going to say, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
Now, we do like to keep it fresh. The segments keep rolling. Jay, do we have more news? What's happening now?
There's a lot of news. As you know, McDonald's.
So much McDonald's news.
It is out of control.
And it's international McDonald's news today, Jay.
That is right. And what was that? That was from Down Under. Is that correct?
Yeah, in Australia and a series of other countries, McDonald's now offering chicken nuggets in the morning, Jay.
And I think that sounds great. You give me a couple packets of honey, you give me a couple of biscuits, and I think we could put something together. This is going to be really good, me and you, Ronald.
I think we'd all agree that we'd like to see Mick Dundee in a walkabout at 6 a.m., right as the sun rises in the southern hemisphere during the summer months, which of course are the opposite of ours. But anyway, long story long, we'd love to see him dip in that barbecue sauce and enjoy a nugget well before the sun comes up.
I'm going to pitch him a commercial idea here, Andy.
Yep.
Beautiful woman is walking through, Chicken McNugget is walking through the Outback, right? And then the Chicken McNugget gets to a still body of water.
So far, I love it.
And then the Chicken McNugget pulls down its pants, and the Chicken McNugget's wearing a little black thong. And then the Chicken McNugget goes to fill its water canteen at the water, and then an alligator comes out and snaps onto the canteen and tries to pull the Chicken McNugget in the water.
And then the alligator turns to the commercial or to the camera and he goes, "Now I've got the nuggets."
Yep. Nuggets for breakfast. And then it pops up, and then Paul Hogan's there, and he goes, "Try our new morning time sauce." And you're like, wow.
But back here at home,
can have that free.
there's other McDonald's news, Jay. A woman held up a McDonald's drive-thru. They're calling her the Hamburglar. She's been caught. She held them at gunpoint. She was successful in the robbery, then got caught. So ultimately, has been jailed. Not only this, also at the drive-thru, Jay, a woman walked through and bought some carrots for her horse in Omaha, Nebraska.
And she was riding on that horse, correct?
She was riding that horse. She was mounted, and she says, "I'll have the carrots, please." And what a surprise! Hector at the front door window had, where he said, "Oh my goodness, look at this horse."
I bet he had a killer Instagram story that day, where he's like making fries, same as ever.
You know, Hector's always live streaming at work. Go see Hector at the Omaha McDonald's down by the Slowdown.
That is right. Ride your horse over there. Gallop on there. Order some carrots.
Yeah.
They normally only come with
Bring
a
it
Maya
at least
Kids meal.
bring it at least to a full trot. Get over to McDonald's. More people going through the drive-thru and horses, please.
That's right. It's going to speed up the process. Windows and motors are probably the slowest part of the whole drive-thru. A horse runs on a 1 horsepower carrier-filled engine, and you can get that fuel right there. At
You know what else
McDonald's.
things run on? Human power. And McDonald's is no different, Jay.
That is right. McDonald's is, we're talking about McDonald's a lot. As soon as this show's over, I'm heading right there, and I'm going to get it myself.
That sounds great, Jay. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with McDonald's workers in the next news segment. But right now, we're going to go to Jaguar Books.
That is right. A lot of people call in because they want to know. They want to know more about what me and Andy are doing when we're not here.
Yeah,
and I tell you what I'm doing every single night. I'm reading. I am reading all the time.
He's a voracious reader. He can't get enough of the written word. He understands that's what separates us from other animals, the written word.
And currently, I'm reading a book by Peter David called Strike Zone. It's a Star Trek The Next Generation novel. I got you started on it last Thursday, but boy, I put down about 250 pages of it.
What's the Enterprise up to this week, Jay?
Okay, as you know, the Krill and the Klingons are fighting, and the Krill found a stash of weapons. The Krill and the Klingons sent emissaries to the ship, and they are flying on their way back to look at those weapons. Now, everyone was scared because the Krill and the Klingons fight every time they meet. But Guinan keeps having these great ideas. You remember Guinan? Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg, of course, Guinan.
She keeps having great ideas. They had a party, although the Krill did use the elf. Remember the elf that we talked about? They used him to get a secret stash of phasers, and also the Klingons did, and then they had a big fight. They get to the planet, and Riker and LaForge go down to the planet. They enter the place. And all the Krill that were on the planet got killed by a laser they didn't know how to use. Geordi is right on the verge of death right now where I'm reading it, because as soon as he touches the buttons on this thing, it's going to shoot out a laser and kill him. It's so exciting. I got about 100 pages left, and I cannot wait to see how this book ends.
All you Doherty heads, tune in Thursday. We are on every Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to be on again at 1 p.m. Mountain on DOM Channel 57, live streaming, and on CenturyLink. So please watch us. Thank you. Doherty heads, this book is for you. It's a Peter David, TNG. That means you know it's good.
You know it's good. And Wesley Crusher's having a crisis of faith right now. He's trying to figure out what to do. He's trying to save his friend Jan, who's the elf, who has a disease called the rot. And
I've had the rot.
I feel like I got a little bit of the rot right now. But the Creel promised they could heal him. There's just so much going on, and I'm enthralled by this book. Peter David is a great artist.
Just when you think things can't get more exciting, Jay reads a Star Trek: The Next Generation novel that takes us into the next millennium. It's called Strike Zone. So if you're out there and you want to follow along with Jay, he's going to hit it up this Thursday also, April 5th.
That's right, and I probably will have finished the book by then. I will let you know how this all winds up. Although I do have some theories, but what you're going to do is go out there, get that book, and read it yourself. Send us a letter, send us a photograph on Instagram, tag it J.A.G.U.A.R books, and then we'll check it out. We'll retweet you. We'll get you a lot of new followers.
That's right. We will absolutely do that, Jay. We're very excited to connect with people both here and on the internet. If you're watching on the internet, then that just sounded crazy to you.
Yes, and if you're not watching on the internet, go watch on the internet. You can comment. Someday we're going to see those, and we'll laugh together, both me and you, about the good times the future has brought for us. This is another breaking news segment right now.
And very exciting day, Jay. It's Amanda Bynes' 32nd birthday.
That is right. She's an American treasure. I think there's few people in the world more important to celebrate. We've considered bringing you some other birthday news. It was Obama's birthday one episode, but we decided that wasn't worth your time.
It was Jay's birthday on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yes, me and Amanda Bynes, we share that. We've always said, I was always like, I'm number one, you're number three, Amanda. And we'd laugh, but we usually celebrated our birthdays together on the second, me and her.
And there's a reason behind that, because Jay, a lot of people know this, but Jay grew up, part of his childhood was in Southern California, and he was in a Mentos commercial with Amanda Bynes, where they met in a casting couch audition that was something that they'll both remember forever. Let's just say that.
That's right. I was auditioning for Little League stud number 1.
That's right. And she was the funny catcher who pull up the mask at the end and say, "What about it, Doc?"
Yep. And then the umpire goes, Mentos! And you're like, oh yeah, that's fun. You're gonna want to YouTube that. I was in a lot of commercials actually, but that was the only one with Amanda Bynes. She was just, you could see it in her eyes, had a certain sparkle that said, I'm going somewhere, and she did.
And there was a casting agent named Max Cinnamon. And Max Cinnamon said, I gotta put these two in more stuff. I gotta see this chemistry again. Yeah. And so they were in a pilot that never aired together called The Get Along Gang.
That's right.
And it hurt Jay personally to not have that show go well, and it hurt her a lot, and I think they both learned a lot. Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, the part eventually that I was up for went to both Keenan and Kel. They reworked the script into Good Burger, wrote me and Amanda right out of it, and her career took off, and I've just sort of been living on the streets ever since. But, I'm making a comeback now with the J.A.G.U.A.R morning show.
Jay's been living on the streets a lot, and we've talked about that a lot, and it becomes a dark place for everyone when we have to face it. But Amanda, she was there too, and now look where Jay is, and you can change, you can grow, and you can stick with it.
Yeah,
and Max Cinnamon was right. Max Cinnamon was right.
For a little while, but he wound up getting in quite a bit of trouble. Max Cinnamon, no one will work with him anymore in Hollywood, but that's not here. Google that. Google J. Gillespie, Amanda Bynes Mentos commercial, and check it out. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if Max Cinnamon owes you money, don't let him fool you. He's changed his legal name to Mac, M-A-C, Cinnamon, to avoid some payments, and Google all of it. You're on to Money Saver Traffic, Jay.
That's right. We're going to take a quick look at a couple of live cameras we've set up all over the metroplex of the country. Things are a little slow. As you know, we've closed down the highways on the far up in the mountains.
Yeah, you're looking at 70. Anything you see that's daylight's in the mountains, that's the 470 leading right up to the mountains. The sun hasn't quite come up yet in Denver, Colorado. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're about to go commercial break after this. You're in segment 2 of the Jaguar Morning Show. News, weather, traffic, sports, religion, books, astrology, movies, and our patented top 10 list. This is a time-saver traffic break. It's clear as day out there. Get on the roads. What are you waiting for?
It's Tuesday afternoon. Here in a couple hours, the sun is going to be shining, and you're going to want to put the top down. If your car isn't a convertible, take the saw to it.
If you're not microwaving your oatmeal right now, you're losing out on life. You're about to be burning daylight. The sun's about to come up over Mount Evans. You're going to be a Mr. Slug. You're going to miss all that fresh pow-pow.
That's right. Take a stick of butter, melt it in your coffee, put that in a thermos, and just head right on out, and just go see what the world has to offer you. I bet there's some sort of fun food festival.
For all you aspiring photographers, get out there. Oh, we are seeing now the sun has come up a little early, Jay, over Hampton.
Yeah,
that's nice. Well, what a treat. You never know what the weather's going to bring with climate change. Early sunrise today.
It's almost impossible to predict in Denver when the sun's going to make it up over those mountains. Well, but we try. We try to keep it as real as we can for you.
Penalty, you've just been called for a timeout. We know what this sports break is about, Jay.
Yep, that's right. Believe it or not, we're in a children's sports bedroom right now.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to you about your Denver Nuggets.
They're playing well, and they got to keep playing well to keep the season alive. They've got 5 games left, 3 of them at home, 1 tonight against the Pacers. And if they beat the Pacers, if they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves twice, and they beat the Blazers, they're going to look real good for the playoffs and have a nice slot. If they do anything else, they either won't be in the playoffs or it'll be garbage time, and they'll be slapped around by James Harden or Kevin Durant.
And if you're heading out to these games, you're going to want to make sure that you're chanting for Conoco and for Versace. The players need your support now more than ever. This is the important time. Before this, you take it or leave it. Right now, you want to fill those seats up. You want to say free throws for Conoco. You want to say tip-offs for Conoco. You want to say booth reviews for Versace. Booth reviews for Versace.
Booth reviews for Versace. So if you just joined us, Jay and I actually went to the basketball game a couple days ago. What we're referring to is we were seated in the Nuggets Conoco gas row. We received a $5 gift card. We were on the Jumbotron. Jay was pumping his arms like this. We have a terrible video of it. And I was doing this for Jay, for sign language, for Jaguar, so that all the Denver Nuggets fans would know to come to the show. Watch the show on DOM 57. But the deal is, we're number 1 for Conoco. This isn't an endorsement. We just love them.
Yes, purely, I've always said, if you give me a shirt
yell out
company,
Conoco.
Yeah, if Denver's going to need their free throws, it's free throw for Conoco, and they're going to hear that. It's going to travel from their ears into their brain, down to the tips of their fingers, and just a little bit of juice on it, and it's going to go right. We're going to win it.
If you think that doesn't work, Jay and I did it at the last game. We were losing bad. Yep. And then the best player that's not LeBron James in the NBA was ejected for the first time I've seen him lose his cool ever. So if you think that we're full of baloney, maybe you want to go sit in the Conoco row up maybe like 310, 312, that area. You never know where Sylvia with the headset's going to be. Take a look. See where she's going to prowl. You're going to bounce. You're going to get a nice T-shirt. You're going to get a nice $5 gas card.
And this most recent game, it ended so exciting. What happened was there was a foul call with 0 seconds left, and the Denver Nuggets had to make all 3 foul shots with 0 seconds on the board to tie it and take it into overtime. And that's where Conoco shouting really became important.
Now, Jay and I are going to reenact the last part of that game. Jay's going to make the call on the announcer, and I'm going to be Jamal Murray with the 3 free throws. Ready? Here we go, Jay. First free throw.
Swish! It was
and we don't have time for the other 2 shots because we're immersed in a spiritual awakening. Of course, it's time for religion.
That's right. A lot of people say, I need you to give me both words of wisdom and words of strength. And for those, the best place to turn, as you know, is the Book of Mormon.
So Jay's going to read to you today from the Book of Mormon.
Take
it away, Jay.
It is 1 Nephi 3:7. I assume that is chapter 3, verse 7. And it goes as follows. I will go and do the things which the Lord hath commanded. For I know that the Lord giveth no commandment unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them, that they may accomplish the thing which he commanded them. And I think that you could take that, and it really applies here at the Jaguar Morning Show. The Lord is not going to give you format that you cannot work with it. The Lord doesn't play like that.
There's no time to prep sometimes. Part of the prep is not having prep, okay? Sometimes you got to get thrown into the dishwasher by your parents when you're only a little bit smaller than that dishwasher. They close it, they turn on the dishwasher, they let you get beat around by the fan a little bit.
Yes.
And you weren't ready for that, but you know what? You're stronger for it. Try to argue with me.
Metaphorically,
Try to argue with me.
don't even argue with him. You're going to look foolish. Andy's shooting you from the hip. This is the religion segment. That's not a time to lie. This is the time to look inside yourself and sort of make a pact between you and a golden tablet that you found in a cave, and your own personal higher spirit, and maybe what you've had for breakfast, and you need to take all these things and consolidate them, and then you take that little seed and you plant it in the ground and you cover it with a little bit of dirt, and then from there grows the plant of your own personal happiness. It's that simple.
And I think one of the things that Jay and I connect on is that intrinsically we're all flawed. And because of that, we both believe in original sin.
That is right. Born with it heavy, born with the mark that could only be removed by a confession of everything that you've done wrong. You need to take yourself and you need to go and you need to tell someone that you are an absolute garbage person. The smallest baby you've ever met, sinner. If they don't get there and get baptized and confess, a lot of babies are winding up in age-level hockey sticks, and that's what you need to remember. All those babies in those sulfuric pits.
He's telling you the truth. So if you're out at the tabernacle with your Mormon family, if you're doing a mission, if you're somebody who likes to go just to the park and engage a stranger and say, hey, I've got something for you. Remember, that person might not be ready, so you're going to have to resort to some drastic tactics to get them to join your cult.
That's right. Remember that we are always, everyone is carrying their own cross, okay? Let's just let that one sink in for a little while we take you into our brand new top 10
It's a top 10 list. We got to get the energy up. This is our patented signature thing every time. And people ask for it more for this than any other feature. The patented top 10 list, and we've got a doozy for you today, Jay.
That's right. We're doing top 10 presidents of the United States of America.
And coming in at number 10, it's no surprise, it's the Swamp Fox, Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren often gets overlooked, but that's only by the foolish. If you want a manly man, he is there and he is doing it. Number 9, though.
Number 9. Now this is, I was actually surprised.
It is going to be a little man called Thomas Jefferson. He wrote a Declaration of Independence. That's right. He's on the $20 bill.
Now, and the thing with Thomas Jefferson is, hell of a bridge player, I've been told.
That's
but number
right.
8, it's that crazy guy, the pig in a poke, James Polk. Everyone loves him. No surprise, number 8 cruised into with that number.
Everybody knew he was going to crack the top 10. The question was, where was he coming?
That's right, Jay.
Number 7, he is not a crook. He is Richard Nixon.
Number 7 is Richard Nixon. It wasn't a lucky number for him. He did have to resign. He just forwent the impeachment.
That's right, but party animal. If you got a Watergate situation, go ahead and handle it. What's number 6, Andy?
Number 6 is the least favorite president of all time previous to DJT. That's James Buchanan.
James Buchanan, that's right. Everybody said it is never going to get worse than him. Boy, did our generation prove them wrong.
We have something in common. He was also called Doughface, for real.
That is right. Coming in at big number 5
Number
is
5.
George Washington. He's on the $1 bill.
George Washington, you think he can't tell a lie. He certainly did lie a lot. Now all the tapes are coming out, and it's really sad.
That's right. It's a shame that his memory is being ruined like that. But what's number 4, Andy?
Number 4 is, of course, Zachary Tyler.
Zach Tyler. They called him the Z-Man around the old Oval Office.
Don't pop that, ZT. It's our president, Zach Tyler.
That is right. Coming in at number 3, Abraham Lincoln. The Emancipation Proclamation indeed, sir.
Bump down a couple notches for that terrible beard. Hey, man, we get it. Beards are popular. Cut it out, Abe.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you gotta wear a top hat. Who's number 2?
Number 2 is, of course, no surprise here, Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore, overlooked, often overlooked. But when it comes to enacting policies that have helped all America, he was a real stone-cold stunner.
That's right. And at number 1, Jay, tell them what they've won. Who's the greatest president of all time?
Obviously, it is a little man called Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump.
We're Andy knew it was coming. comment. He said, son of a gun, Jay's going to lay Donald Trump down.
He got bumped up to the top, guys. People liked his attacks on Amazon. He's #1 again.
I would also like to point out,
attacks.
Barack Obama did not make the top 10. We don't decide these figures, okay? These figures are true.
An independent poll, of course. I'm a little upset about it, but no matter what, we got to keep going on the news. Jay, we're going to bounce back. We're going to boomerang. McDonald's is back in the news with work practice issues. Is that correct?
That is right. Here's what happened. About a year ago, McDonald's said, we will pay our employees $1 more than the minimum wage everywhere it is. That's what they said.
Okay.
And now it turns out those were the words they used.
Yes.
We're going to pay you more than $1 for the minimum wage. And now what's happened is they said,
just $1.
Oh, that was a one-time thing. And so the minimum wage everywhere has crept up to now be over where they raised them to, and they're not saying $1 above it. And so McDonald's kind of weaseling out of what was a great initiative to say, hey, we pay our employees more than we have to is good, but then they were like, yeah, we used to do that.
It's like when you cut a deal with your neighbor and they say, hey, I'll pay you $200 to get that stump out of my yard. You get the stump out of your yard, they say, hey, I got $40. Is that cool? No, it's not cool.
Yeah.
Give the people more product. I know they could sure use a couple more apple pies on their paycheck. Maybe a few free medium sodas. And maybe one of those salads where you put a honey mustard.
You know,
so I'm saying give them a few more ducats, not just the money. Let them eat.
Yeah, there's other things happening.
Stand behind your product.
Throw a 20-piece nugget into the mix.
Throw a 20-piece nugget at everybody.
Everybody's always talking about how the shake machine's always broken. I'm realizing I haven't had a McDonald's shake in a long time, and I'm going to need to fix that. Remember, if you want to Postmates us food, we're here at 700 Calumet.
That's right, and if you want to send a chicken nugget to another country, do it overnight. Put it in dry ice. Make sure that chicken nugget is still fresh.
That's right. And remember, picture that chicken nugget in a thumb, like we were talking about earlier. There's a lot of different spaces in the whole sort of day for you to put your stamp of approval.
One thing that's for sure, nuggets like to party. And we're talking chicken nuggets. We're back here in the Jaguar newsroom. The sun has come up over Hamden, but as we know, based on the Earth's axis in springtime, it's not quite up and downtown. This is a live look at the 38th floor of the Hamlish building.
Which is, as you know, we broadcast from every Tuesday and Thursday here on Channel 57. You also find us on the Sexpot Comedy Facebook page and everywhere else.
Yeah.
This show's brought to you by Mutiny Information Cafe down on
Broadway and Ellsworth.
That's right.
It's a coffee shop.
It's a coffee shop. It does exist.
It's there. That's the new underwriting that we've learned to say.
We are slowly learning the rules of broadcast television.
Hey, and all you CenturyLink heads on 8009, let us know that you're listening on CenturyLink. We'll have a special CenturyLink related promotion privately off air. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to send you a cake. How about that?
Yeah, we will send everyone who comments with the following words. I am watching Traffic Express Money right now. Well, it's cake, and you're going to enjoy it. We're going to take a quick look. This is
a Money Saver Traffic, Jay. We got to go to Money Saver Traffic.
People need their money, Andy.
People need their money. We do need to go to a commercial break very, very soon. But we are in the middle of a traffic segment, and as we've been telling you all morning, it's free. It is clear out there.
We're going right here. This bridge, traffic is moving everywhere. Now is the time to get in the car, load the kids up, and get out there and move. Move it around.
Be it a Toyota, be it a Honda, be it a classic American Chrysler.
Yeah, if you really want to bowl out, Chrysler Pacifica, that's a car that exists right there. And just look inside yourself and say, is this the right choice for me?
Is it the right choice? Now, this is down just south of town at the Wolfensberger exit by Castle Rock. You're going to want to go into the Little Western gas station, have a lot of great snacks. It's right there on the east side of the highway.
There's a lot of talk about perspective in the art world and in the traffic cam world. Some of the best traffic cams are going to offer you a view that disappears off into nowhere. You get over 35 miles of view. A well-placed traffic cam angled correctly is going to give you a shot of 35 square miles of a highway. It's absolutely...
Now, we know we've got a lot of evangelicals at home watching during the day. We wanted you to see that Colorado Springs traffic up to Denver. If you're leaving New Life Church, you'll have plenty of clear sailing now. And speaking of spirituality, welcome to Jaguar Astrology.
That is right. Jesus always said said that you can find your future amongst the stars. That's that correlation.
That's what he said.
And that guy was stone cold nuts. And astrology's gotten wild today. The planets are spiraling out. Everything is getting thrown into turmoil, Andy.
That's right. It's because it's Cancer Tuesdays, Jay.
That
and
is
all in the month of April, we're going to have Cancer Tuesdays. You're going to get cups of dirt from TGI Fridays. You're going to get Southwestern egg rolls from Chili's. You're going to get a key lime pie from the Cheesecake Factory. Jay and I are going to be giving out baked goods.
That is what it is to be a Cancer in this day and age. April 2018 is the time. If you were born between July 22nd and August 13th, now is the time for you to chase your dreams. Is there a girl that you've been putting off dating because you don't think she's into you? Now is the time to put those feelers out respectfully. Is there a meal that you've been hesitant to prepare for you fear that you will burn it? Now is the time to fire up your ovens.
Have you been wanting to spend more time learning a new hobby like dirting a crotch of a ripped clothing item or making a new ceramic? Do it now, Cancers. Release the pictures.
With the way that Jupiter is positioned, there's a direct line. Jupiter through Venus, through Mars, and straight into the first house of Cancer. And what that's going to do is it just opens you up to be receptive to energy. And when you're truly receptive to the energy of the universe, and impossible things can happen. It's a miracle. So what I'm saying is, if you were born, if you were a Cancer, and that's a true Cancer, we're not talking July 19th, we're talking July 23rd, hard date, because that's going to affect where the moon was on the day of your birth.
If you're a Tuesday Cancer participant and you actually have Cancer, now's the time to snip it out of your life. The power of positive thinking. Use it to snip the Cancer away.
Yes, and if you don't have, if you're scared of blood and you do have Cancer, just remember, stand near a microwave. Put it on for about 10, 12 minutes.
Snip it.
It's the same thing as getting radiation treatment.
Snip
and if you're a Cancer, it's going to help. It's going to fix it. It's going to take you there.
You snip it now.
And snip it if you need to. Snip it if you want to. That's the scary. Sometimes you got to be scary. People forget you got to scare them into compliance.
You think we're being sinister? We're trying to goad you into a change in your life. We're trying to be a catalyst that lets you loosen your shoulders and start walking around like a Jaguar instead of a uptight Tina out at the Park Meadows Mall trying to buy a white chocolate mocha, and you forgot you already used that gift card, and you need to use the last $7 to get an Uber home or take the light rail.
Yes, you're looking like gazelles, and we are trying to make you into cats of prey. We're trying to sharpen your claws, America, so that you can climb up that wall of success and attack the small creature at the top.
We've had no commercial breaks. We're just racing through the second hour here. We are in segment 2. You're watching the Jaguar Morning Show. If you've just joined us, you don't know what this show's about. We do a 30-minute workout segment up top. Yeah. We already did that.
It's over.
Now we're in the middle of the middle chunk. It's the back half of the 1 hour news, weather, traffic, sports, religion, astrology, movies, travel, and our patented top 10 list hour. You're in the middle of that, and then we're going to have Wake Up with Jay right after this. So you're going to wake up, you're going to feel good in just a moment. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around after these headlines.
That's right. It's about time, Denver. It is about time for you to climb out of your bed. If you're on the top bunk, you just look down, make sure your friend's not sitting there, give him a heads up, say, hey bud, I'm climbing down. He'll say, sounds good, soldier, and then climb right on down. You're going to want to head straight to the kitchen, maybe get yourself some juice.
Now, of course, I'm a complete coward and a tattoo-less weirdo. And Jay is very tattooed, and we've got a news headline about the Marines and their tattoo restrictions, Jay.
They're loosening them up. Used to be you couldn't have, it was every branch of the armed services has different requirements. The Marines don't allow you to have visible tattoos up until recently, but it was affecting their recruitment, Andy.
That's right, and you just have to say, oorah, to that. You have to say, oorah.
That's right. The Army, believe it or not, won't allow you to have 40% of your visible skin covered in tattoos.
Oh, and now what's the new number, Jay? Can I have tattoos across my chest, breast, neck, and head?
Yeah, and I think you should. I think here's what we're going to do. As a joke, we're going to get tattooed over 95% of our body.
Okay.
And then we're going to try to enlist.
We're going to go down to the enlistment. So, guys, if you're going to watch this is going to be a reverse memento, which means actually moving forward. We're going to tattoo our bodies head to toe. When we get here, we're going to leave the face, tattoo a beard, then we're going to walk into an enlistment office. It's going to happen over a period of 5 years. So thanks for committing to staying with us for that long.
That's right. And they're going to say, we actually can't accept you for a number of reasons. The tattoos isn't even in the top 3. You both failed your drug test. Both of you are too old to even enlist. And you've been doing this J.A.G.U.A.R show, getting people trying to not pay their taxes. Why should we let you into our forces?
Yeah, and it wasn't even cool drugs that let you into another dimension where you got perspective and gained growth. It was like salvia, it was like angel dust, it was like meth, and you were doing bath salts with Grandma Tina. No.
Yeah, to be fair, she brought the bath salts. I had said no, Grandma Tina. Grandma Tina, once she gets an idea in her head, and now this could be great. When she gets the idea that she wants to bake you the best sugar cookie around, you're going to get the best sugar cookie. But when she wants you to do bath salts, you're going to wind up doing bath salts.
That's right, Jay. It's not weather break. You have to get all the content out here. You don't need to watch MSNBC. You don't need to watch CNN. You don't need to watch Fox. You need to watch us. And it's Tuesday, and gosh darn it all, it's 24 degrees and it's raining.
That is right. Over the next 4 or 5 hours, it's going to be right around 50 degrees. Now, that seems like you might need a jacket. Untrue. Go head out, you just wear a t-shirt, you're going to have a great time. But as soon as that sun goes down, it's going to really cool
It's
off.
Colorado. Anyone that lives here knows that you get out of the bathtub, you air dry like Rod Tidwell. You're dry in 5 minutes. You walk freely around as nature and God intended. Do not worry about the moisture. Walk out without a slicker. It's going to be a hell of a day. You're going to feel free in your motion and in your spirit.
That's right. Here in Denver, you're going to want to put on your shortest shorts. You're going to want to put on your tankiest tank top. You're going to want to head out. This is a live look of the sun has just made it out. The sun has just come up over. This is a view very high though, so we're catching an angles while you can see it like that.
This is a city-provided camera. It is the beautiful cash register building. You can see it just gleams in the sunlight. We're happy to live in God's country, as they say, and it's just a joy to walk out and see that crystal clear air coming in the face of all these tragedies.
That is right. There's a lot of terrible places in America, and luckily here in Denver, we don't live in one of them. Yes, we are crime-riddled. Yes, we were voted the most dangerous city in the world, but it's still gorgeous here.
Okay, Jay, we're back in the newsroom, so it's time to go to the hard-hitting stuff. A couple things. They may seem like entertainment news pieces, but I think they have big implications for the whole world. Right. First thing, Armie Hammer, Disney's The Lone Ranger, and maybe in that Oscar-winning film that just came out, that you've seen Armie Hammer in that. He has decided to no longer wear tracksuits. He is not wearing tracksuits anymore. And that's just final, I guess.
What movies is he in? And what's his name? His name is Armie Hammer?
His name is Armie Hammer with an I-E at the end of the Army.
Okay.
He's a gorgeous man. He's in, what's the Oscar movie, if you can tell me or something that was just out?
Lone Ranger.
Yeah, we know about the Lone Ranger. That's the first one I said.
He was the Lone Ranger to Johnny Depp's Tonto, is that right?
To the culturally appropriated Tonto. Anyway, Armie Hammer, no longer in track. What? He was in J.A.G.U.A.R. Terrific. With Leonardo DiCaprio.
About the famous FBI director of the same name.
Yes. No, not like that traitor Comey.
That's right. Now, back when it meant something to have the title there, and you had honor and respectability, and you didn't go after the people that gave you everything you got.
So here's the thing. No tracksuits for Armie Hammer. You're on notice. He's not wearing them. Other thing, Chris Pine just went through an airport. He was wearing overalls. He looks gorgeous. Head out onto Instagram while you're watching our show. You'll see him in some cool Carhartt overalls.
There was I've never put on a pair of overalls in my entire life. Can you believe that? And I really wanted to. And there was a time when I saw someone wanted to pick them up. My mom denied me the right to wear overalls. She said, you may not buy those, you can't wear those.
Was it during the Z-Cavarici, Milli Vanilli type time, Jay? Was that when it wasn't okay for your mom?
It was. I was in middle school, so I don't know where Milli Vanilli fits into my particular timeline. I'm gonna need to Google that. I'm gonna need to Google Milli Vanilli.
What about like Color Me Bad? Does that make sense?
Definitely Color Me Bad was playing a big part.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Because I want to dance like this. Exactly. And so, but I wasn't allowed out to it. I've always regretted that, and I was told no at 11 years old, and have never put on a pair of overalls since then. I think I need to rectify that.
So if you're out there with a pair of overalls, unhook one of the straps, put on a painter's cap, throw some neon against a canvas. You're watching the Jaguar Morning Show. We're in the second hour of a news marathon. You can't believe how much content we're bringing you. Amanda Bynes is 32. McDonald's is getting robbed. What else, Jay? What did we go through?
We've hit a lot of things. Marines and their tattoos. Street sweeping here in Denver started today, and these kids are snorting condoms right up their nose and pulling them out their mouth, and they're doing it for likes and retweets.
And now do we have it queued up? Do we have something special with the yodeling boy? I hope we do. We're gonna try it. If that doesn't work, we're gonna. Do we have the yodeling boy?
We are hearing from.
Do we have the yodeling boy?
Everyone, there's a crime report right now, and as you know, oh my gosh, it is happening.
Well, there's a lot. Oh, here he is. Now everything's fine. We have the yodeling boy. This is, of course, Mason Ramsey, and he is incredible. Take a listen.
Man, he is sitting right there in the tool section of a Walmart, and people have gathered. People have stopped their shopping, and they're taking a look at him.
He is, of course, Mason Ramsey. You're going to want to make him your friend. This is the next American Idol, guys.
Yeah, he's going to do it. People thought yodeling was dead. It's not. It's just started coming back up.
Turn on the device. We want you to get enough yodeling when we do the show. We
Yeah.
want you to feel good from the inside out.
A lot of people have been talking about it. They say, yes, obviously you're giving me news. Obviously you're giving me the latest in sports coverage. Obviously you're going to give me a top 10 list. But where's the yodeling? And those people, we brought it to you right now.
And I feel inspired to yodel, so I'll go first, Jay. Does that sound fun?
Yeah, show us, what is your talent level at this particular
Here we go.
art form?
Hello, Mississippi. Little children, I love you, little cinnamon.
And a lot of you are familiar with the concept of a rap battle, but that is not something that we are able to do. And so what we're doing is we're doing a yodel battle. You heard Andy's first entry in that, and now I'm going to give it a shot right now. A yodel, my little lady boo. I can't go high. I'm gonna need you to give me a good kick square in the nonads. That's what I call them.
That makes sense. Jay has nonads because he has had a procedure. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. Jay has 2/3 of one testicle.
That's right. My pubis is focused on what's important. Okay, if you get locked up in these grandiose ideas, what you need to remember is just get out there, stand at a Walmart, put on your crispiest pair of jeans, put on a pair of boots a couple sizes too big, used to belong to your brother, put on your Pee Wee Herman bow tie, put on a belt buckle the size of Texas, and then go sing yourself a little bit of Hank Williams. It'll make you feel better.
We're about to get into the third segment. It's called Wake the F Up with Jay. Jay's going to take us on a magical journey. But if you're out in the middle of a Walmart right now, if you're at a Target, if you're at a Dress Barn, if you're at a Noodles and Company, you're going to want to go to the top shelf. You're going to want to pick the most expensive item. You're going to want to put 100 of them on your credit card. Bring them back to the office. People will be thrilled.
Yep. And a lot of people forget, in this day and age, yes, the whole city is racked with the crime wave. But you don't have to be scared. You just think of little yo boy, Mickey St. Clair, what was his name?
His name is Mason Ramsey.
Mason
He's your
Ramsey.
new muse.
He could be your spirit animal. You can wake up every day and say, I can yodel in a Walmart, because you can. If he can do it, you can do it. He started from nothing. Nothing. 2 years ago, he was nothing in this town, and now he's being featured on Denver Open Media by the J.A.G.U.A.R Morning Show.
That's it. We have so much exciting things to tell you. We have just news item after news item. Trump has told everyone that Amazon is garbage, Jay.
And they are. As you know, if Donald Trump says it, it's probably right. And I just trust it. So what I'm going to assume, Jeff Bezos, that's his name.
Yes, he is the CEO and founder of Amazon.com.
And a war criminal. What he's doing is he is taking the Washington Post and he has weaponized it. Jeff Bezos has weaponized the news in a way that is unprecedented, and he is using it to attack America.
Yes, Jeff Bezos is really a sleeper agent, and he's in the middle of our tummy like a Trojan horse.
That's right. This is treachery of the highest level. Amazon is paying not near enough to the post office for what they're saying. Trump is 100% correct there, as you can very well
How much
imagine.
should they pay to the post office, do you think, Jay? What do you think is fair?
I think they should be paying the same prices I pay. If I want to send a package, it costs me like $5, and they're paying nothing like that.
Wow.
And they're sending ginormous boxes with a little tiny thing in it because Jeff Bezos is spitting in the face of democracy.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm convinced it's almost 2:30, so we're going to be getting into Wake Up with Jay here in a second. You have heard a lot about McDonald's today. You've heard a lot about our favorite yodeler, Mason Ramsey.
Yes.
You've endured a full workout with Paul in the chair.
Yes, that's right. And it was a mixtape workout. There was Paul and there was Tina, and we checked our pulse and we talked about tattoos. You've seen some commercials. It's been crazy, and it's not even done. And as you know, the Jaguar format is a 2-hour format. We're about to be in the last quarter of that, which is a little segment called Wake Up with Jay, and that's where things really sometimes go off the rails.
So if we're ready to go to commercials in the booth, that would be lovely. We're going to go wet our whistle. We're going to come back. It's going to be fresh. You're going to want to wake up with Jay. Let me just put it to you that way. You're not going to want to miss this.
If you are into
You're not going to want to miss it.
self-care and sort of self-help and self-revelation, this is going to be the time for you to shine and embrace yourself. We're going to take a look at these commercials, and then we will be right back with you.
We're going to be right back. Segment 3 is coming. We're about to wake up with Jay.
And how do you escape this eternal damnation? You blind, nasty demons, right into their beating little eyes.
Doom for the 64-bit Jaguar, the best Doom ever.
Welcome to Western Sizzling Steakhouse in Aurora. Now, you all know our family serves up the best steaks in town at reasonable prices, but that's just the beginning. We've also got Denver's best salad and potato bars. Why, there's a complete meal right here. But for you hard eaters, we've got some of the best USDA-J.A.G.U.A.R steaks in town at some of the best prices. We've got it all at Western Sizzling Steakhouse in Aurora. Come on in. Let our family serve your family at the Western Sizzling Steakhouse, Parker Road in Havana, in Aurora.
Listen to what people are saying about Levine's.
Prices are great.
Prices are great.
And I like their sales staff at Levine's. They're great.
All the prices were very reasonable. The selection is fantastic. The prices are great.
I know I can find what I'm looking for every time I come.
For the lowest prices, the highest quality, and the best selection.
The only place to buy furniture is at Levine's. See our ad in today's Denver Post. Isn't it time you shopped at Levine's?
Warning. A formidable creature is at large and roaming about. The Jaguar S-Type. It may well be the best handling car in the world. First observed in London, next in Paris, then in Rome, and soon to be seen prowling the highways of America. The Jaguar S-Type. Capture it. The rewards are magnificent.
Don't give me that so-so soda, the same old cola. I want a rock and roller. I want a pie. I want a Shasta. I want a taste of that. I want a Shasta head. I want a pie. I want a Shasta. I want a thrill. I want a wow. Taste it all. I want it now. I want a pie. I want a Shasta.
Introducing Alien vs. Predator for the 64-bit Atari Jaguar. You might not want to play it alone.
When friends don't stop friends from drinking and driving, friends die. Drinking and driving can kill a friendship.
Celebrate the 5th anniversary of the 16th Street Mall with Channel 4.
looked to our left, and we've looked to our right. We've looked outside of ourselves. We've looked inside of ourselves. We've looked all around. But now is not the time to look, no. Now is the time to listen. 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 Listen to the sounds of the birds singing in the trees. Can you hear them? Can you hear them? Can you hear them now? Their beaks in their nest with the worms and the eggs and the incubation. Can you hear it now? We just listen. We listen. We listen for the sound of the water of the river now. We listen. We listen. We listen for the sound of the song of the singing. Now we listen. We listen. We listen for the sound of the voice of our mothers. Now we listen. We listen. We listen for the sound of the ball upon the wood. Now we listen to the sounds. To the sounds of the music made by the boys, by the men. We just listen. We just listen. Never questioning that the truths that we hear are true. They are singular. They are round. Everything that you have wanted, everything that you have needed can be found inside the water that is running from your eyes. Ask yourself, do I believe in me? Do I believe in truth? Do I believe in light? Do I believe in the color red? Do I believe in Adam? Do I believe in the continent of Zeus? Do I believe in the river? Do I believe in the national park system? Do I believe in Donald Trump? Do I believe in my own future? Do I believe the heart is for love? Do I believe in death? Do I believe in an afterlife? Or do I believe in ladybugs? Do I believe in the light? Or do I believe in the darkness? Do I believe that my own voice is worthy of a chorus? Do I believe that there is nothing? Believe that we are someone? Do I believe that every day is a miracle? Believe the water's running? Do I believe in the sound? Do I believe in the future? Do I believe in children? Do I believe in justice? Do I believe in the concept of a judge and jury? Do I believe that sound is something miraculous and wonderful? Do I believe that a song can maybe save the world? Do I believe that a haircut can change the course of your week? Do I believe that there's a higher power watching over us all? Do I believe in the inherent beauty of a joke that is well told? Do I believe in a dinner prepared with love by your family? Do I believe in the concept of a dinner table and in justice? Do I believe in Thanksgiving? Do I believe in Christmas? Do I even believe that the future is a place that I want to be? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know the answer. I don't know what to do. I don't know why I'm here. I'm not going to be able to help you. Nothing about your life is worth it. I cannot save you. Nothing is going to work out. Everything is spiraling down. Trent Reznor was right. Go listen to that album now. Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. It had it worthless now. Johnny Cash is dead. You will never be resurrected. You can paint your kitchen red, but the colors do not even matter. When you listen to this song, do you ever even feel better? No. Because it's not my job to help you.
It's not Jay's job, everybody. Ding dong, who's there? Reality. Jay's not your dad.
Yeah, what made you think that I was going to have the answers in the first place? What made you think, you said, there, that guy's got it under control. I know who'll help me figure it out. Jay will help me figure it out. No, I won't. You're like, yes, Jay, please help me. You've got it all under control. I barely have my own nonsense under control. How can I possibly help you with yours? And you say, I need you. I need you in this moment. Only you can save me. And I say, how did your life get to such a point where only I can save you? This is on you. This is on you. This is on your shoulders. This is something you have to deal with. This is a choice you have to make. This is the future. Right now, there is no other moment but this. And you said, take 1 second out of your life and use it to save another human being, to save a life. No, listened to him. I listened to him drown out on that lake, Andy, and I didn't do anything. I can feel it coming in the air. I can feel it coming in the air. I feel it coming in the air tonight, because
I don't believe in the game Mancala.
I don't believe in the game Mancala. It is a construct invented by a man to oppress someone else. It's such a garbage concept. Moving pieces around the board. I'm not going to have it. I won't stand for it. Not in this day and age. No.
I'm not going to move the little rubies past the little emeralds. I'm not going to move the little emeralds past the little amethyst. I'm not going to move the little amethyst past the emeralds or the rubies. But I'm also not going to move the amethyst past the topaz and the quartz. I'm not going to do it.
And now what we're doing is we're playing a little bit of sorry. We're flipping cards and I'm trading pieces. You need a 2 to get out of start. We're going to travel around the board. We're going to go backwards 4 if it comes up. You're going to slide and knock pieces out. And I'm going to send you back to start to say I'm sorry. That's part of the rules. People forget that saying sorry is part of the rules. People forget that saying sorry is part of the rules. People forget that saying sorry is part of the rules.
And J, it's not sorry. It's sorry.
Sorry.
Exclamation point.
People forget. People in this day and age in the Twitterverse.
Sorry.
People forget the importance of punctuation, commas, semicolons. All of these things have been lost. We're not even capitalizing our sentences anymore. We have thrown away the simplest task in order to make our lives simpler. What a waste. What a waste. What a
Why
waste.
are we doing this to ourselves? Why is this a cycle? Why do we step forward only to pull ourselves back with our own possessions, with our own dogma, and with our own motor cars?
Yes. There's a lot of different roads leading out of this situation that we find ourselves in. You can go left, you can go right, you can go straight. You can put your foot on, you can change lanes, there's traffic lights, there's pedestrians. Your choices define your travels. Your travels define your future, and your future defines your worth. Go find it. Go make a point of embracing sort of the miracle that is the open road system. As you know, traffic is moving great. That means it's your time. It's your time right now. You can own it. Get in your car, open the windows, put your favorite song on. What's your favorite song? You can listen to any song in the whole world. Spotify Premium is just absolutely blowing it away. Gosh, I'd probably put on Riders on the Storm by The Doors. That's what I'd put on.
So we've heard this. We've heard these. It's Cancer Tuesday. We've heard that it's time to release our pubis. But have we taken the time to have the bravery to think about what we might start today, Jay? My pubis has been released for hours. My pubis has been released for years. But what haven't I done right now that I can do now to make this pubis different? To make this world different?
The pubis makes a difference. The pubis can make the world better. The pubis is like a firework exploding over the heads of children. The pubis is a meal that we have made and prepared together now. The pubis is launching up into the sky like a NASA rocket. Oh, the pubis is Walt Disney, whose head is frozen in a jar somewhere. The pubis is a door that's been locked for 37 years or more. The pubis is a curtain closed against a stage, a backdrop now. The pubis is a carpet rolled up with a dead body inside. The pubis is a movie you can't see because it's R-rated now. The pubis is a child sneaking in despite the protestations of his mother. The pubis is a lock, a key, a sign, a truer, a safer, a place to be. The pubis is a microphone picking up every word that you've ever said now. The pubis is searching through your Facebook history to target ads for you. The pubis is Michael Stipe shaking his head for the first time after R.E.M. released Green.
Yeah.
Pubis is 9 Inch Nails doing remixes of Wish and calling it broken now. The pubis is Michael Bublé teaching us all that dancing is really cool. The pubis is a color chosen based on a number, not on a beautiful factor. The pubis is the color of your walls, and that color, my friend, defines you. The pubis is the only thing that you need is the love of your family. Oh. Every morning is the same. Every morning is different. Every day is worth it. Take 1 second and know yourself and find yourself and believe in yourself with the colors and the sounds. You can yodel if you want to yodel now. You could be a rap star. The Reverend Run used to be nothing. Everyone started from zero and built themselves up the king of everything. Look, you can model your life after the Basketball Diaries if you want to. I don't recommend it. But there's a certain mystique. There's a certain beautiful sort of symmetry to the concept of getting yourself addicted to heroin and going through all that turmoil and all that strife and forcing yourself to be an outcast. You're stealing handbags. You're doing sexual things in bathrooms for money.
That's right.
You're making choices that are bad and poor. And for what? For drugs? You're doing this all for drugs? That's awesome, man. Do it. Do it. Follow your heart. Leonardo DiCaprio did it. You can do it too.
You can do it.
And now we've come to that time. That special time in the morning when we let you know that it's all been a dream. You've been asleep the whole time.
It's all been a dream, Jay.
Everything that happened so far was inside of your own head. This has just took everything that you absorbed in the last 24 hours and filtered it out and turned it into a weird amalgamation. Stories about Trump, a man you saw with a tattoo. You saw a picture of Amanda Bynes. You saw a workout program with Jane Fonda, and your brain took all this stimuli and all this information and packaged it up and delivered it to you as you slept in the form of the J.A.G.U.A.R morning show. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Nothing is 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 real.
Your grandmother, nothing is real. Your father, nothing is real. And Conoco, nothing is real.
Nothing and nothing is real. And Conoco and nothing is real. Nothing is real and nothing is real. And
Conoco.
And nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And Versace.
And nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And Denny's.
And nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And Village Inn.
And nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And the Catholic Church.
And nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And the Southern Hemisphere.
And nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And the concept of colonialism.
Nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And the concept of freedom.
And nothing is real and nothing is real and nothing is real.
And the concept of having a gosh darn day off once in a while because you can't make your child support payment and work all at the same time and relax.
Nothing is real. Nothing is real. People think that there's an absolute overarching truth, and there is not. There is not.
There's
the
not.
only goal here. Do you know why sex feels good?
Tell me why sex feels good, Jay.
No reason.
Hey,
Do you know why food tastes good?
No reason.
No reason. It's just all random molecules floating through the sky, and we appeared out of gosh darn nowhere, popping up saying, look, I have consciousness. I'm important. I mean something. I have created language. I have created God. I have created the spoken word. I have created clothes and furniture. I have constructed the concept of time. I have constructed the maths. I have invented algebra. And all of these things mean absolutely nothing. You understand that? Because they're all made up. Because nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. The concept of words. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. 2 + 2 = 4. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Love. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Vision. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Lights. Nothing is real. Palestine. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. The United States of America. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Sound, vision, heart. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Captain Planet does not exist. Nothing is real.
Oh, nothing is real.
Do not believe in the future or the past.
Nothing is real. Nothing is real.
Nothing that you want, you are not deserving of it, because you may wonder why, and I'm here to tell you the answer is simple. That's that nothing is real.
Nothing is real.
Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real.
iPhones aren't real. iPhones aren't real. iPhones aren't real.
Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Portland, that place is not real. San Francisco, that place is not real. LA, that place is not real. Joshua Tree, place is not real. Phoenix, that place is not real. Tucson, that place is not real. Grand Canyon, that place is not real. New York, that place is not real. Pensacola, that place is not real. Tallahassee, that place is not real. Now Georgia, that place is not real. Washington, that place is not real. In the forest, that place is not real. On the beach, that place is not real. Johannesburg, that place is not real. Now New York City, place is not real. Now Albany, that place is not real. Now Georgia, that place is not real. Now Galveston, that place is not real. Now Tucson, that place is not real. Montana, that place is not real. Tajikistan, that place is not real. Now Nadia, that place is not real. Now Alabama, that place is not real. Now Tucson, that place is not real. Now Tucson, that place is not real. Now Tucson, that place is not real. That place is not real. That place is not real. Now, now we've come to that moment where we've got to take a look at everything that's happened to us. We got to take a second and say, what did it all mean? What did it all add up to? Why was I put here? Why was I given this great responsibility? Why do my eyes see while someone else is blind? Why can my hands feel while someone else is numb to the touch? Why does my heart beat while children have died? Why is my family loving while some people have a hard life? Why do people believe in me and other people have no support system? Why do my feet function and not hurt and other people's feet hurt all the time? Why am I deserving of the blessings I have been given? Why do I get great self-perception even inside of caves? Why do birds fly? Why do birds lay eggs? Why do birds taste good? Why did Chef Boyardee create the first Italian pasta? Why is Italy shaped like a boot? Why does medicine work? Why are there fireworks? Why did the Chinese make such great, delicious
Why
chicken
did they
dishes?
do that?
And I've got an answer for you. And that answer is, I don't know. No one knows the answer to the questions posed before them. Everybody else is just trying to find their way through a life that is overwhelming them. Everybody's in a river up a creek that is named after poo-poo, and no one has a paddle, and everyone's just drifting with the current, and we're all atoms exploding against each other in a perfect vacuum of space, and we're all searching for a place within this infinite universe that never ends, and time is a monster that is slowly devouring us with each moment that is past us. Time chews us up and spits us out and leaves us all as rotten corpses. The best thing that you can hope for is a quick and painless death. Everything is too much. Everything is too much. There's a lot of worst case scenarios, man. There's a whole lot of worst case scenarios, and I don't want it.
Isn't that the truth?
Gosh, all I want is a quick death.
You could be ice climbing with your friend Derek, and you could think that you have all the gear, and you could be making that final reach, and you thought you brought the sharp pickaxe, but that day you brought the dull one. You brought old Bessie. By the time you were out there, by the time you're hanging off the face of that precipice, you realized, this is it. This is the end. And you took that moment and you did something with it, and right in that moment you had the last burst of strength you didn't even know you had, Jerry. The last burst of strength was given to you and
gonna be okay. You're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be all right. You've climbed out of that crevice made of ice into the sunshine. You reach up to heaven and you say, oh, thank you. I will use each day that I have left for the glory of the children. But then as time passes, you start to get lazy. You forget about that moment where you were saved from certain doom. And in that time, you, my friend, lost it. You were undeserving of that gift. And they're paying attention, man. Everyone's watching you, man. Everyone knows what you did, man. And everyone's like, they're not going to say it to your face. They're not going to say it to your face, but they're going to know it. And they're going to say it to each other. And they're like, hey, man, he had a miracle, but he didn't use it. And you didn't use it. Your life is a J.A.G.U.A.R miracle, and you need to go out there and you need the best you can be. There's a lot of different places and a lot of different journeys and a lot of different choices. What you need to do is you need to make a good one. You need to take today, you need to own it, you need to wrap it up. You need to wrap it up in beautiful golden papers, and you need to give it to you from the past and say, here's a gift from me to you. It is called the right choice. Make one right choice today. Today and forever.
And that's why Jay's starting the Make One Choice Foundation right now. And you have a choice. You can go to Instagram. You can take a picture of your television screen right now.
Right now.
You can go to Instagram. You can put it out. And you can hashtag Make One Choice Foundation.
Make One Choice Foundation.
Make one choice today.
Today.
Make one choice you didn't know you were going to make.
One good choice.
Go to Twitter. Take this photo. Take a little video. They have 40-second videos on Twitter. Take a video of your TV screen.
That's right. We'll give you a countdown right now. 40, and we'll tell you when it's at 30.
Tweet this out.
Hashtag Make One Choice Foundation. Get out there.
Make one choice.
Make your choice right now. Say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to make one choice. I'm going to make one choice. And that choice is going to lead us forward. That choice is the first choice of today. You're just waking up. It's almost 3 o'clock, Denver. That's wake up time. Wake up, Denver. Wake up, Denver. And today, stand up and say, I will be better today than I was yesterday. And mean it, man. Own it, dude. Don't be afraid.
It's time for you to eat pickles again.
Yes.
It's time for you to try mustard.
You had that one hot dog that one time that was nasty, and you gave up on mustard forever. A new day rises. The sun has found itself a new home up in the sky. And you need to remember that you, just like that sun, every morning is a new day. And you can own it, and you can take it, and you can make it what you want it to be. If you just believe in yourself and believe in the future. And believe that this Tuesday and Thursday is the best day. Believe that you're a Jaguar, and believe in your own self-worth. And believe that you deserve to be happy, and believe in your children. And believe like Celine Dion believed, and believe like Whoopi Goldberg believed. Believe like Stone Cold Steve Austin believed. Believe like Amy Herman believed. Believe like Howard Johnson believed. Believe like FloJo believed. Believe like Barack Obama believed. Believe like the future is bright. Believe like the light is shining. Believe like a beautiful rainbow. Believe like a fish that's growing. Believe like a river that's flowing. Believe like a light bulb that's glowing. Believe like a ball that's rolling. Believe like weather is snowing. Believe.
Believe that Telly Savalas can be president. Believe that Adam West isn't dead. Believe that Harriet Tubman will get on the 20. Believe that your mom does love you. Believe that your dad can show affection. Believe that the Masters is an exciting golf tournament. Just believe.
Just
believe.
Just believe. And when it gets hard, when it starts to hurt, when you're trying to decide if maybe you did something wrong or maybe you made a wrong choice somewhere and that you can't come back for it, what you need to do is you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe that everything is happening for a reason. You were led here today. You were brought into the Jaguar fold. You were given this as a special.
There's a reason you're here.
There's a reason. If you
There's a reason.
Everything this whole program was designed so that you know that you are good enough. If you believe in yourself, we'll believe in you too.
Believe in a golden ticket.
That's right.
Believe in yourself. This show is concluded. You will see us again at Thursday, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. For those in the military, that's 1300. We are going to be on Channel 57 on Denver Open Media again on Thursday. On YouTube again on Sexpot Comedy on Thursday. On CenturyLink 8009. It's the Jaguar Morning Show. You've gone through all 3 segments. Thank you for joining us. Please release the pubis.
We couldn't have done it without you. Just focus on your pubis, focus on yourself, focus on the things that you want, and then just spend a couple minutes today, just a couple minutes loving yourself. We love you, and we'll see you again next week, this week, Thursday.
Release that pubis, Denver.
Bye, Denver. Bye forever. My energy was weird. I'm all
That was
fucked
good.
up,
Okay.
man.
It was.